Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to try Belgian waffles, but right here in sunny Manchester. So Belgian waffles in the UK. Let's head inside. Let's check the menu because I think they've got a couple of other things they do, but I'm here for the waffles. Okay, so we sat inside. There is some seating in here, so I think there's a table here, a table behind me. There's a couple on the right as well. I'm excited to get some desserts, and I don't usually cover desserts, and specifically Belgian waffles. The last time I had Belgian waffles was actually in Belgium. So looking forward to see if this can kind of live up to that. Right, it's time to place my order and try the food. Okay guys, so before we build you up to the Belgian waffles, we're gonna start with some cheesecake. So this is a Reese's cheesecake. See the little Reese's going on there. Looks really, really good. And then something I've never actually had before, first time. So this is a Jammy Dodger cheesecake. I thought these both were quite interesting. That's a little bit of a classic flavor, the Reese's for cheesecake. And then Jammy Dodger, a bit different as well. We're gonna start with the Jammy Dodger just because it's interesting. Right, let's give this a go. I love the actual jam with the cheese, a little bit of ice cream there on the side. I like to give you like the proper little biscuit as well. That is a really, really good start to my desserts. I came here for actually the Belgian waffles, but I thought, you know what? If you've got cheesecakes on the menu, we've got to give them a try, you know? Moving on now to the Reese's one, let's give this a go. Really impressed with the Jammy Dodger one because frankly, I love sort of raspberry, I love acidity with stuff like cheesecakes, but actually adding a little bit of the Jammy Dodger crumb as well, I think is a really nice touch. Look at that guys, a big old chunk of the Reese's one. So we've got some chocolate there, we've obviously got some peanut butter, some Reese's little cups on top, a little bit of ice cream too. I really enjoyed the Jammy Dodger. This one's absolutely delicious. This one is getting a hey man for sure. Much more indulgent obviously than the raspberry. Raspberry is very fruity and whatnot. Some acidity going on. But I love the chocolate, I love the peanut butter combination with the cheesecake. That guys is absolutely lovely. Hopefully the Belgian waffles are as good as the start, because this one is the one that you have to try for sure. For sure, that's my personal favourite. Okay, the Belgian waffles are here and they look really good. So this one is the rainbow waffle. I need to remember all of these. This one is the red velvet. Little tip actually on this one, so hang around for that. And then this one is, I think it's pistachio, and I want to say rose. I'll be honest guys, I've forgotten, but I'll look at the menu in a second. We're gonna start guys with the rainbow one. Just a quick note really, a lot of the time marshmallows are not halal, so always nice when you see a fully halal establishment like this with them. I think sometimes when you have like reconstituted foods like sweets and stuff, people kind of have a bit of cognitive dissonance, but marshmallows are often not halal. This place obviously they are, that's why I'm eating them, which is nice to see. So this is the rainbow waffle. So it's got bubblegum syrup and a ton of different marshmallows, some sprinkles going on, and a generous portion of ice cream on the side. Guys, I'm absolutely loving the actual Belgian waffle itself. The toppings are up to you, right? But the waffle itself is delicious. It's actually pretty doughy, bit of crispiness on the outside, like a proper softness on the inside. I'm absolutely loving that. And I think it's pretty legit to what I had, I think, in Belgium. Wicked texture on those waffles. Moving on now to the red velvet. Red velvet cake is often not halal guys, so just something to bear in mind, going back to that point about kind of reconstituted foods. People often don't know, but it's often not halal. On the last one, I absolutely loved the actual Belgian waffle itself, and I like the flavor of it too, but I think I'm gonna prefer this one. I don't know, I have that feeling. I love the actual cake itself. I think so far that's my favourite because it's hard to find red velvet cake as well, and I love red velvet, so that guys, that one's a winner. That one's a winner for sure. And I like the bubblegum too, but it really would depend on what flavour profile you enjoy. The rainbow one's got that bubblegum sauce, which is a really good sauce, but for me, so far, I think the red velvet's the winner. And then this one, this is raspberry pistachio. Had a cheeky little chat with the owner, and he enjoys this one, so I thought, you know, he owns the place, he knows the menu extensively, so why not take his word for it, right? Why not take his word for it? So this one should be the best. But taste is subjective, so we'll see. Let's get a dollop of ice cream. As you can see there guys, we've got the raspberry on top and we've got some pistachio sauce too. So far, I've been really impressed with the actual Belgian waffle itself. I think the texture of waffles is actually quite hard to nail. A lot of places I've been to I've just not really enjoyed. Like Gelato Passion is a very popular place. I don't really like the waffles, I like the texture. Here, I think they nail the balance between airiness and also something with a good bit of texture. You don't want it to be so airy that it's just like empty, right? You want some level of texture in there, some sort of springiness, some buoyancy, if you will. This is the one right here that's getting a hey man. I like the first two, particularly the red velvet, but I think this definitely is my favourite. I'm glad I actually asked the owner what's your personal favourite, you know? Something I want to note, which I think is pretty cool. So they've obviously got like a menu, right? So this is a regular menu, and then this is kind of like, I know it's on a menu, but it's kind of off menu because these have been driven by customer feedback, which I think is pretty nice. And then you can like create your own as well with extra toppings, you know, so you can customize to what you want. But some of these look awesome. Moving on, guys, to the milkshakes. I'm being a bit of a nuisance. I've actually taken 2 tables, so that's my table there. But this is where I put my other stuff. I did ask the owners here. They're pretty cool letting me do that. So we're gonna start with this one here, and then this. I think this is a Ferrero Rocher one right here. Right, guys, just had a chat with the owner. I'm actually gonna get some dough balls as well. They're actually warm too, so that's pretty good. Some hot food going on, but it is obviously still a dessert. Not completely sure what to expect, but apparently they're really nice. Also, I misspoke earlier. I lied to you all. So I said these were both milkshakes because I thought they were, but this is actually a bubblegum milkshake, and this one here is a Ferrero Rocher sundae. So a little bit different. Let's go for the milkshake first. I feel like bubblegum would be a popular flavour, that's why I'm trying it. But honestly, I'm not usually a massive fan of bubblegum, but I really enjoyed the bubblegum waffles, so there you go. You can be converted to food if it's made properly. You know, I feel like bubblegum's growing on me. I feel like it's growing on me because that's actually really quite tasty. Don't let cameraman Taz, who isn't here, I'm cameraing on my own today, don't let him watch this video or hear me say that, because he loves bubblegum and I always tell him I don't like it, but that's actually a really good milkshake. So let's move on to the sundae, and then we'll do the cookie dough balls, so stay around for those. So guys, I've had about 25 chats with the owner today. The reason why I liked it, if cameraman Taz is watching this, I'm still right, and I'll tell you why. I said I don't usually like bubblegum, and I enjoyed this, right? It's because it's Millions bubblegum, which tastes completely different to normal bubblegum. That's why. So if Taz, if you're watching this, then I'm your older brother, just listen, bubblegum's not nice. Anyway, let's move on now to the Ferrero Rocher sundae. There is so much ice cream in that. Kind of like jam-packed, really. And I always do this thing where I look at other people's food as well, because sometimes when you pull out a camera, I feel like some establishments may give you a little bit more, which is then inaccurate for me, because when I tell you guys to go somewhere, it's not the way that it is. But I'm looking at other people's food, and this is pretty much how everyone's food looks, so I'm happy with that. I can confidently say these are the portion sizes. Good sundae, does what it says on the tin, lots of ice cream, lots of Ferrero Rocher, lots of nuts, lots of chocolate. If you're after a sundae, can't really go wrong with that. But honestly guys, for me, it was all about the cheesecake and all about the Belgian waffles as well. Really wanted to show this off because it's a little bit different. So they're cookie doughs, but I guess sort of condensed, you could say. You know, these are cookie dough balls. This is the brownie. Sorry. This is the blondie. Waffles have got to my brain. And then this is the brownie. And like all their other desserts, you get a really good, generous amount of whippy ice cream on the side as well. So brownie, nope. Did it again. Blondie and brownie. Oh, okay, prices are going to be obviously in the description as always, but I think with the waffles, it was $3.95 for a small. Don't get a small. Go for the $4.95 because you actually get 2 sticks. That's the double. That's the one that I would personally go for. So I'm going to try this first. This is the brownie. You've got it right that time. And it's so soft, guys. Can you sort of see into there, guys? That is so soft. And like moist. Let's add a little bit of ice cream. One of the best combinations is like a soft and warm brownie with like cold ice cream. Oh, and this cookie dough proper encapsulates that kind of feel of like a brownie, but obviously in a cookie dough. It's very chocolatey, very indulgent. A ton of ice cream on the side to kind of balance the sweetness. This is getting a hey. Man, this is absolutely delicious. Right, so absolutely love the brownie one. So the blondie, hopefully that also is delicious too, you know. The bar has been set high. Oh, that is so soft. So incredibly soft, incredibly gooey. Expectations are high now. You know, the blondie doesn't have to be hey man. Not everything has to be 9 out of 10, but I want a super tasty. That's what I'm looking for. This has thrown me. I don't know what I prefer now because that's absolutely delicious. I think I may even prefer this one. That is going to hey man, the actual cookie dough, which I'm not generally a massive fan of cookie dough. I find them a little bit sweet, and this is definitely sweet, definitely indulgent. It's got a rich flavour to it, some chocolate sauce on top, chocolate chips inside the cookie dough, all that kind of stuff, but there's lots of ice cream on the side to balance it. And it's just hitting the spot for me today, guys. And I think at $3.95 for these as well, I think that's a little bit of a steal actually. I think that's very, very reasonable to get a really, really nice hey man quality level of dessert. You can sit down and eat it whilst it's hot. I think that's a bit of a steal. So these guys are based on Stockport Road. I think they've also got a branch in Rochdale. Where do you guys think they should go next? I think city centre is a good spot, and maybe student areas like Fallowfield. I think this would be absolutely ideal. I don't know, I'd like to see them closer to my end, to be completely honest. But yeah, where do you guys think they should position themselves? I'm thinking city centre. But that does take me all the way to the end of the video, guys. If you want to see another video, just click here, and if you want to see a playlist for the Manchester area, just click right here. Do like, do share, do subscribe, do all that fun stuff that YouTubers always ask you to do. But I'll see you all in that next video. Bye 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 bye.